Hello Chastitopians, and welcome back to my channel.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Today is a very special day. It is Vlogmas Day 5, but also today is me and Christopher's first wedding anniversary. Yay! Seriously though, it doesn't even feel like it's been a year. It feels like I've been with Christopher forever, and it just came so naturally, and we continued to love each other and to support each other, and I think that made the first year of marriage just fly by. So I don't know if you guys know this, but every year there's a different thing that you do for your anniversary. It's like a theme kind of, and I know it's been going on for a long time, and I just thought it would be so fun if we did that in our marriage. And so every year is something different, you know, like diamond or wood or whatever. The first year of marriage is celebrated by a paper gift. So for Christopher, I'm making this video. I know what you're thinking, this is not a paper gift, but I mean it kind of is. It's kind of like, you know, this is a new generation, so it's gonna be an electronic paper gift. But basically what it is I found this thing on the internet, and it is a anniversary writing prompt type thing, and you're supposed to write it down, which I may do that to write it down just so he can have it. I mean, he'll have it forever this way, but he can have it just written down in my handwriting. And so it has 10 things for your first anniversary, 10 questions to answer, and you're supposed to write it down, put it in an envelope, and give it to that person, which I'll probably still do just to honor the whole paper wedding anniversary thing. And so I wanted to make a video, kind of like a Q&A or tag for our first wedding anniversary to celebrate and basically to share our story with you guys. Before I get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I love you guys so much. Let's get started. So the first question on this list is, what has brought you closer together this year? I think so many things have brought us together this year. Just, we had our daughter, and you know, the normal things of adulthood like paying bills and stuff like that. You know, we've had to work together a lot more than what we used to. We just been through so much, and I think that working together is the most important thing. You know, we have a joint bank account, we live in the same house, we used to share a car, but now we have 2 cars. We've had to come together and just realize that we're together, we're also separate, but we're separate together, if that makes sense. I can honestly say food has brought us together too, because that's one thing that we love to do together is eat, which is really bad, really expensive, but we love it. Question number 2 is, what is your favorite memory of this first year together? I have to say our daughter. Like, that was such a special time for us. Chris went to every ultrasound, you guys, except for like towards the end, because it was every week and he couldn't really take off every week just to go to the doctor with me. So then my grandma started taking me, but he went to most of the ultrasounds with me and to the doctor, and it was just so special. And then the whole experience of actually having our daughter and just being together for that first few days, and just celebrating her life and celebrating our marriage and what we created, like, it was just such a beautiful moment and so special. Like, having our daughter really brought us together. My mom always said, you know, when you have a baby, it's either going to, well, it's going to amplify whatever's there. So you either have love, and it's going to amplify the love and make more love and just make a beautiful environment and home for your family, or it's going to amplify the anger and the angst and the frustration that's in the home. So if you already have love, the baby's gonna bring more love, and that's exactly what happened for us. She has made our home just the brightest, sunniest, most beautiful place, and we couldn't love her more. I just remember being in the hospital and just holding his hand and him being there through it all, and him holding our daughter for the first time and just getting excited to have her here with us. It was such a beautiful time. And I remember when he had to go back to work, I literally cried because I didn't want to leave that bubble. Like, it was just such a beautiful, amazing time for us, and I can't wait to experience that again. You know, not too soon, but I can't wait to experience that with him again, because it's just the most beautiful feeling, having a baby together and just becoming one family. Question number 3, did you have a wedding or honeymoon disaster that you're already laughing about? If so, what? We didn't go on a honeymoon, but it's fine because we took a day after our wedding, and we just enjoyed each other, enjoyed our home, and just enjoyed being married for the first day, which is fine. We're gonna travel and have plenty of time to go on vacation and honeymoon, so whatever. I don't think we had a wedding disaster. I know at the end of the wedding we were supposed to do a send-off, but people were like leaving, you know, sporadically, and so like we had all these bubbles left over, and so the photographer was like, why don't you guys grab some bubbles and come outside and we'll just take pictures of you guys blowing bubbles at each other, and I will insert them over here while I'm talking. And it was just so much fun trying to blow bubbles at each other, because the bubbles weren't the best. They were from Dollar Tree, and so they were kind of just like popping as soon as we blew them, but we were trying our hardest to blow bubbles at each other, and it was a really cute moment. It wasn't like a disaster or anything, but it was just funny, and like we forgot to do the send-off, so we just had our own little personal send-off, and it was cute. We loved it. It was an awesome moment. During the wedding, actually, I forgot to grab Chris's ring. Like, my brother was Chris's best man. He had my ring, but I forgot to make sure that my sister had my ring. And so I was freaking out because we were about to get the rings part, and I was like, luckily my aunt swooped in and saved the day. She was like our wedding coordinator, and she went and grabbed it and snuck it to Kayla real quick, and nobody even noticed. So that went over smoothly. Our wedding was beautiful though. You can go on my Facebook or Instagram to see pictures of that day. It was so beautiful. I think I posted all the pictures to my Facebook. So my name is Chastity Rose Sanders on Facebook if you guys want to go check that out. I absolutely love my husband. I loved that day. It was beautiful, fantastic, and it was everything I could have ever hoped for. Question number 4. What has surprised you the most about being married? I guess what surprised me the most is how much that I love it. Like, I loved being Chris's girlfriend, but I love even more being his wife. And I think it's because it's just like, you know, doing wifely things, taking care of the home and loving on him and making sure his dinner's ready and stuff like that. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I don't want to say I'm like Susie Homemaker, but I just love being his wife and being there to support him and encourage him in a different way than what a girlfriend does. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a girlfriend, but then there's a wife, and your wife is like your rock. It's solid, it's inseparable, and we pray together, we read the Bible together, we talk things out, we try to support each other the best we can, you know, we push each other to be the best that we can. And I think it's just a difference, and it has nothing to do with like putting a ring on your finger or wearing a white dress. It just, being married solidifies that relationship that you have with that person. And I think that that's what made the change for us. Like, we're in this together to the end, till death do us part, and we have to make it work. We have to love one another. We have to put love in everything we do so that it can be successful, so that we can have a beautiful marriage and a beautiful home and a beautiful family. Question number 5. Is there anything shocking that you've learned about your spouse? I don't know, me and Chris have been together since we were 14, so we pretty much know like every single little thing about each other. So like, it's hard to find out new things or surprising things or shocking things. It's hard for Chris to even shock me or for me to shock Chris, because we know each other and we know that we're so like, well, he knows, number one, that I'm so spontaneous and crazy, and then I know that he's so chill and lax and laid back. So I think anything that would come as shocking would have been like, oh, well, I kind of already knew that, but I didn't. But it's not like, whoa, like, I can't believe that about you, like, because we've just known each other for so long. I mean, I'm definitely a pain in the butt, but that's not shocking, and I think he knew that before he married me. Question number 6. What is a bonus quality you received in your spouse that you didn't know about until you were married? I think I would say sacrifice for Chris, because I'm not saying he's selfish, but he's always been very reserved and very quiet and just to himself. And I think that he has sacrificed so much for us already, and he's been willing to do it. Like, when I was pregnant, I remember he just took care of me so well, and he would sacrifice his personal time. You know, he works full time, and so like he would sacrifice his personal time to take care of me, to make sure the dishes are done, to make sure that the floor is vacuumed, like stuff like that, little stuff that goes a long way. Right now he is working his butt off, and he's told me all along, babe, I got you, I got you, I got you. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to do this. He wants to make sure that I'm in a safe space, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and he would go out of his way to make sure that happens. Yesterday he told me, he was like, I get a second job if I need to, and I'm like, babe, no, I'm looking for something. I'm actively looking for something, you know, something online or something that doesn't consume as much of me, as childcare is very demanding. But I'm like, no, don't do that. You're good, because he's already working like 15-16 hour days, and it's insane. And I wouldn't want him to push himself that hard. And even when back in the summertime he had lost his job and I was back at work, but I wasn't making enough to support us as a family, he went and got 2 jobs. You know, like he has exemplified so much sacrifice for us, and he just is amazing. And I think that's the quality that was slept on in our relationship when we were just dating. But now in a marriage, he is trying to make it work. He is fighting to make sure that his family is taken care of. And I'm so grateful to have a man that wants to work, that is a hard worker, that is proud of his work. Like, I can't express enough how much I love him for that. Oh, and the number one bonus quality, he's a great daddy. I think that is insane. He doesn't have any siblings. He's an only child. He grew up on his own, and he's so good with Meredith. I love it. Like, that is his baby girl, and it is beautiful. He is the most amazing dad, and I'm so proud of him. Question number 7. If you could do anything different, what would you do? I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say nothing. I feel like, you know, those of you who have been here with me on my channel for years, since 2018, I think, when I started my channel, those of you that have been here for years know that me and Chris have been through so much. You've seen it on Snapchat, you've seen it on YouTube, you've seen it on Instagram. But I wouldn't change a thing, because we are right here in this very moment that we're in now because of everything that we've been through. The breakups, the heartbreaks, the scandals, you know. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm so in love with him and in love with the person that he is. And I feel like everything we've been through has built both of our characters to where they are now. And I just feel like we're able to love each other the way that we do because of everything that we've been through and all the baggage that we've carried. It truly was God's plan for us to be here. You know, I prayed and prayed and prayed. You know, we messed up, we did bad things, we did things we weren't proud of, we did things that weren't supposed to be the way that they were, but we are here right now in this moment. We are happy, we are healthy, we have a baby girl, you know, our marriage is just flourishing. I think that everything happens for a reason, and that all the things that happened to us definitely had a greater purpose. Question number 8. What have you learned from your spouse this year? I think from Chris, I have learned to be nice, to be kind, because, you know, he sacrifices a lot, like I said, and he works so hard. And I think that I wasn't a nice person always, and I think that I've learned now that I need to be nicer to my husband, and I need to show him the appreciation that he deserves. I need to take care of the home, make sure his food is ready, make sure his clothes are laid out for his shower, because he's taking care of me and I need to take care of him right back. I think that the mutual understanding that we're taking care of each other is very important, and I've definitely learned that we have to work together to get things done. Like, we have to be in a partnership and alignment and just see each other eye to eye. But also, I have learned that I have to submit myself to Chris. I learned that I have to back down a little bit and let him be the man of the household, let him take care of things, and let him call the shots, because I am a really strong, you know, it's weird because he's always been the quiet one, I've always been the outspoken one, and switching roles has been like, he's really started to shine in being the man of the house and laying down the law. Like, I think it's insane that he's even in that place because he's been so quiet the whole time. So yes, I've definitely had to learn how to be kind and how to back down a little bit and let him do his thing and run his household. Question number 9. How have your feelings changed in just 1 year together? I love him more. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think it was possible, but first of all, seeing him with our baby daughter, like, melts my heart. I love him in a new capacity. I love him as my husband. I love him as the head of our household. I love him as a father. Like, I didn't think that I could love him any more than I already loved him, but I just really, really love him. And I think as we continue to be married and continue to grow together, I will just keep loving him more. And I don't know, my heart's gonna explode because there's so much love in my heart for him and so much appreciation for him. And I hope that he feels the same way. You know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm not just saying this. And I know he does. And he's more of a, you know, laid back, not outspoken person. But I know that he loves me. But that's the only feeling that comes to mind from this whole year is just love. Love, love, love. I love him. He loves me. We sacrifice for each other. And we stick together. I think the biggest thing is I can really see myself in him building our life together now, because it's here, it's present. I believed in it, but now that it's here, it's like, whoa, like, this is what I've always wanted. This is what I dreamt of. I can't believe it's here. I love my husband. I love my child, and we are a family unit. We're together and nothing can separate us. Like, it's just a beautiful feeling, and I hope all of you get to feel that feeling if that's something that you want for your future. Number 10. What is something you've done that has worked and really made a difference in your marriage that you would give as advice to be successful to others on their wedding day? First of all, I want to say premarital counseling. Do it, do it, do it. I can't stress it enough. We did pre-engagement and premarital counseling, and it helped us so much with problem solving and just identifying stressors within marriages and being prepared to go into a marriage and not just like being blindsided with all these issues. Like, we knew about these issues, we knew they were coming. I mean, there's some stuff we didn't know about, like we couldn't foresee, but the things that we could learn about and we could be educated on, we took that and we ran with it, because man, has it made a difference in the way that we solve issues together. I guess my advice would be have an action plan prepared for when those times come. So part of our premarital counseling was we have to write out an action plan for what we're gonna do when we come to a disagreement or an argument. Hopefully it doesn't get to be a big blown out situation, but when we get to an argument or something that we don't agree on, we have an action plan in place that we follow. So what we do is we back away from each other, cool off, we look into the Bible. That's what we do personally. We look into the Bible, find relevant texts to what we're going through. What does God have to say about this? And what can we read about in the Bible, in scripture, that people have gone through that we can relate this to? And then what we do is we come back together, discuss what we found, and then we find a way to solve our issue. We ask God to help us, we pray about it, and that has worked for us. That has worked for us enormously. It's been a great plan, and it's brought us even closer. You know, the more that we read and fellowship together, just the stronger our bond feels. You know, God can really just glue it together. He holds it together, and there's nothing stronger. Premarital counseling, action plan, the two most important things. I can't think of anything more important, because those times are gonna come. We're gonna fall on hard times, and you're gonna want to know what to do. And if you're already prepared, then you're 100% more likely to get out of it whole. I love my husband, and I just want to say happy anniversary, babe. I can't believe it's been a whole year. It seems like just yesterday I put on that white dress and walked down the aisle to you to become Mrs. Sanders, and I just want to tell you how much I love you and appreciate you, and just say thank you for the sacrifices you make for our family. Meredith loves you, I love you, and we can't wait till you get home today so we can celebrate with you. All right, Chastitopians, this has been Vlogmas Day 5, and it was really a celebratory post. Like, I really wanted to do this and just get this out there, and don't worry, tomorrow we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 6.